Hey folks, this is Dr. Jeff Williams with Creekstone and the Chiropractic Forward podcast. Now the podcast is still getting prepared, but it'll be rolled out very soon, very soon. We have some tweaks on the website, things like that need to just kind of have the polish put on them, but we're not very far out. We hope you'll join us over there as well as here on YouTube and on our blog at AmarilloChiropractor.com, where a lot of this all got started. One way or another, we're getting the word out, so you can trust that. Now in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about lucky people, the fact that I think they're possibly related to unicorns, things that I sometimes contemplate in the shower, as if you wanted to know, and what research says about muscle relaxers in chiropractic. Did you know that 75 to 85% of all people are likely to experience low back pain over the course of their lifetime? Those are some pretty good odds, or bad odds, depending on how you want to look at that. By the way, I just want to say, I'd like to meet the 15 to 25% that don't have back pain, wouldn't you? I mean, maybe these folks have been marked by God for greatness and they just can't achieve that greatness if they're suffering from back pain. I don't know. They're touched by God somehow. They're the ones looking at everyone else like, what the heck's wrong with you people? I mean, what's this back pain stuff all about? And that just doesn't seem right to me. How do you make it through a lifetime without back pain? Someday, I plan on having a talk with God about this deal. I'm really kind of mad about it. Believe it or not, I remember life without back pain. I specifically remember being a kid and I was taking a hot shower and I was thinking about adults that always gripe about having back pain. I'd recently heard an adult talking about how standing in a hot shower made their back feel better. So that's what made me think about it. And I thought, that must really, really stink to always be hurting like that. And then I was smart enough to play college football and go to chiropractic school where chiropractors get used to working on each other and using them as guinea pigs to learn how to help others. Yes, you may say that I donated my body to science in a way. But regardless of the reasons, I'm well acquainted with the occasional back pain, as are 75 to 85% of you. I've actually been to the point of having to crawl to the bathroom because I couldn't walk to get there. Now it's been years and years since that was the case, but I certainly have empathy for the patients of mine that come through the doors like that. It can be pure misery, and it's no wonder at all why people look to medication for a quick fix for such intense, non-stop punching, stabbing pain. It is absolutely horrible. I can't even describe it if you've not experienced it yourself. And if I'm being honest, when I recall that pain, I think I'd be looking for anything and everything to make it stop too, including medication, if that's what it had to be. So here's the problem though. There are but a few things that can help immediately. But the good news is that chiropractic is one of the very best answers for this issue. The even better news is that now the American Medical Association and the American College of Physicians agree with me on this as of 2017. Now that leads us into this article's source material, which is a research paper by KT Hoiriis. I know I am butchering this name, so I'm going to have it on the screen here. But the title of this paper is A Randomized Clinical Trial Comparing Chiropractic Adjustments to Muscle Relaxants for Subacute Low Back Pain. One of the shorter, concise, to-the-point titles. Thank you, sir. It was published in the Journal of Manipulative Physiological Therapeutics in July and August issue back in 2004, and it can be found on pages 388 through 398. I used this paper to create a blog I called Great News, Chiropractic Outpaces, Muscle Relaxants. And I published this blog on our website over at AmarilloChiropractor.com. So make sure if you're a reader, go over there and check out this blog and every other blog that has been on there since 2010. So back to the paper. Here's why they did it. Considering the fact that we are almost all going to suffer from low back pain at some point in our lives, and considering the fact that acute pain will generally resolve and chronic pain is really tough to treat, the authors of this paper were interested in trying to assess the responsiveness of subacute low back pain to different treatments that are available. Now, the treatments that the authors chose to compare were chiropractic treatments versus muscle relaxants versus placebo. And here's how they did it. The platform chosen by the researchers was a randomized, double-blind clinical trial. It is high-quality information when done with this sort of design. A randomized double-blind is just almost as good as it gets. And they chose 192 patients that had suffered low back pain for a time period of between 2 weeks and 6 weeks in duration. The patients were randomly split into 3 different groups for the purpose of this project. They each underwent 2 weeks of treatment, 1 group with chiropractic, 1 with muscle relaxants, and 1 with placebo. The outcome assessments were performed through the use of the Visual Analog Scale, or the VAS, the Oswestry Disability Questionnaire, and the Modified Zung Depression Scale. These assessments were performed at the beginning of treatment, or at the baseline. They were performed at 2 weeks, and then they were performed again at the conclusion of the treatment, which was at the 4-week mark. In addition to the assessments previously mentioned, the Schober's flexibility test, the acetaminophen usage, and the global impression of severity scale were assessed at the 2-week mark and at the 4-week mark. And here's what they found. The baselines were essentially the same in all of the outcome assessments except for in the global impression of severity scale. The subjects that actually finished the trial, there was 146 of them in all, they had their data combined, and what it revealed was that pain, disability, depression, and the global impression of severity scale had all decreased significantly, while flexibility for the low back was left unaltered. Now, there were statistical differences through the groups that showed that the chiropractic patients improved more than the control group. And in terms of the global impression of severity scale, the chiropractic patients improved more than the placebo group, as well as they improved more than the muscle relaxants group. So to wrap it up, chiropractic was more beneficial than placebo in reducing pain, and more beneficial than either placebo or muscle relaxants in reducing the global impression of severity scale. So that's pretty cool. While this is good news from 2004, there are subsequent studies to this one that show very clearly how chiropractic outpaces medication in the treatment of low back pain. And these are part of the reasons, as I mentioned, that the American Medical Association and the American College of Physicians recently published articles and papers recommending chiropractic as first-line treatment for acute and chronic low back pain before even taking acetaminophen or aspirin, and that's just huge. And it's just another reason to call your chiropractor today. Research and clinical experience shows that in about 80 to 90% of headaches, neck, and back pain, in comparison to the traditional medical model, patients get good or excellent results with chiropractic. Chiropractic care is safe, it's more cost effective, it decreases your chances of having surgery, and it reduces your chances of becoming disabled. And we do this conservatively and non-surgically. In addition, we can do it with minimal time requirements and minimal hassle on the part of the patient. And if the patient develops a preventative mindset going forward from initial recovery, we can likely keep it that way while raising the general overall level of health. Please feel free to leave a comment. Tell me your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you think. And remember, sharing is caring. Share, share, share. We can't make a difference without your help. We know this now in the day of social media. Your involvement, as far as clicking the thumbs up, the like buttons, the sharing, all of that is paramount to helping us get the word out. Be sure to find us on social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Snapchat, and Instagram. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The link is in the description, or just hit the subscribe button below. At the very least, can we talk you into giving us a thumbs up? Just like we mentioned, a gesture that simple and quick really does help us get in front of more people looking for this kind of information. It takes a half a second. Be on the lookout for our new podcast called Chiropractic Forward. It's almost ready. But in the meantime, you can get more research-related blogs at amarillochiropractor.com/blog. Till next time, thank you for watching. I'm Dr. Jeff Williams. We'll see you next time.